Drop it.
Video. In this video, I'm going to share to you another implementation of a two-dimensional array in Java. I would like to show you first the program output. So click Run. So here's the program output. The program here asks the user to enter his or her daily expenses and able to compute. Now, at the first part of the program, you'll be asked how many weeks you like to enter. So let's enter 1 here. From there, the user will be asked to enter his or her own daily expenses. For the purpose of demonstration, I'll be using the value of 1 for us to easily see the output of the program. For day 1, it will be 1. Day 2 is 1 up to day 7. Okay. Now, after that, enter. We will now be able to see the output of the program. So on week 1, Monday, Tuesday up to Sunday, a total of 7 pesos, let's say for example 7 pesos is spent by the user, and on this side here we have the total number of expenses. So let's run the program again. So this time let's compute it in 2 weeks time. So for week 1 we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and also for day 7. And for week 2, as you can see, since we have entered here 2, we now have week 2 here. So let's have here 3 for all the days. Okay? There you have it. Now, for week 1, these are the values entered, all 2, a total of 14. And then on week 2, we have here all values which is 3, which is a total of 21. So if we compute 21 and then 14, the total expenses is 35. So that's the output of the program. Now let's go to our code. Let me close this one here. So the code here is somehow, the program that we have here is similar to the previous example that we had last time. So here, we will have our scanner class inputted. Then we have our input here. We're going to have 3 variables this time. So the 3 variables wherein x and y will be used for our loop, and n here will be used for to enter the number of weeks. Then we have our array here, which is a 2-dimensional array. So I'll just name it day of week. You could change the name if you like. Again, we'll have here the variable sum and total, which is both set to 0. This one here prompts the user for the title of the program, that is daily expenses, and this section here prompts the user to enter the number of weeks. Now, as soon as the user enters the number of weeks here, it is stored to our variable n. Now, for the loop, so we have here, for the first loop, we have x is equals to 0 and x less than n, since we're going to base our loop with the total number of weeks entered here. Then we're going to print out the week together with the values here. So again, x plus 1 means that we're going to add 1 to x. So initially, the value of x is 0. So if we add 1, the resulting value will be 1. So that will be for week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on. This section here is our input. Okay? These are input for our array. So our array will have 2 values, one for x and the other one for y. Y here will represent the days of the week, which is less than or equal to 7, since we started here with 0. So it will display the day, which is y plus 1 again. The purpose of y plus 1 is to have 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. So it will be day 1, day 2, day 3, and so on. Then we're going to have our input here. X will be for this value, and then y will be for this one. So that would enable us to input the days of the week that we have earlier. Okay. Now, this section here displays our header. So week number, total, a week number, and then the weeks, days of the week that we have. And then at the end, we're going to have here the total for that particular week. This is our loop to display and compute for the total expenses. Now, for the first loop, again, it's based on the number of weeks that we enter here, which is n. And then output here will just simply display the week 1 and then the values entered. Now, we have used here \t to separate the input from one day to the other. Okay. And then this section here computes for the total value. Okay, as we compute for the sum for this week, we are also computing for the total value. And then this one here prints out the sum. And then once the loop increments, we need to set sum again to 0. If you recall in our previous example, would not include this section, the program will continuously compute for the next value. So we are somehow, this one is somehow resetting the value. As it goes up, sum again is set to 0 so that it will be clear. Then lastly, we have our output here to display the total number or total expenses for the week. Okay, so let's run the program again. Run. So here's our output. So you'll be asked to enter. So let's make it 3 this time. So for week 1, we're going to enter the value of 1. And for week 2, we're going to enter the value of 2. And for week 3, we're going to enter the value of 3. And here's the output of our program. For week 1, the total is 7. For week 2, the total is 14. For week 3, the total is 21. So if we sum all of these, results to a value of 42. So here's another implementation of two-dimensional array. Hope you like it. Thank you for watching. Bye.